What's going on, Sooner Nation? We got a great week of OU athletic sports lined up this week. Oklahoma is going to be taking on TCU in Kansas City for the Big 12 tournament to kick it off. We'll have to see how the Oklahoma Sooners fare out there. But we got to talk about some Oklahoma football recruiting updates because we've had a couple people lock in some official visits. You've seen some top schools list drop, and you've also saw a 5-star defensive end say he's coming back to Oklahoma. Before we dive into it, guys, before we talk about it, I need to hear from y'all. So make sure you're joining the discussion, jumping down in the comments below, and giving me your thoughts on just what you think about Oklahoma football recruiting and what they have done so far here in the 2025 class. But of course, we got to start with the news because Oklahoma got another prediction for offensive tackle Tai Haywood. You heard me right. Tai Haywood getting a 5-star offensive tackle, being flipped from A&M to Oklahoma in the prediction from Landon Rosso, a Texas A&M insider, Rivals Futurecast. If you're an Oklahoma fan, we've talked about the importance of the offensive line. This is a big one. But you also saw an offensive lineman announce that he's going to be visiting Oklahoma April 2nd. And you kind of ask yourself, well, who's this offensive tackle? Logan Powell from Phoenix, Arizona. He'll be visiting Oklahoma on April 2nd, Alabama on April 5th, Tennessee on April 12th, and Arizona on April 27th. Logan Powell is a 3-star. 4-star in 247's books, a 3-star everywhere else. 6'5", 280 pounds out of Scottsdale, Arizona. And looking at the teams that they're in this race, USC's gotten 2 visits. Michigan's gotten 2. Arizona State's gotten 1. Florida State's gotten 1. So you imagine Logan Powell is going to be doing his due diligence now, going around the country, seeing other schools, visiting other offensive line coaches. We all know Bill Bedenbaugh's really good at developing offensive linemen. I mean, you just saw what some of them did at the OU Pro Day. You've seen what some of them have did at the Combine. Recruits take notice, and they take notice that Tyler Guyton might be a top 15 draft pick, maybe even a top 20. So we look at this and we say, all right, it's not the 5-star, but Bill Bedenbaugh's got to build this pipeline in case the 5 stars fall through. Because listen, we all know 5-star offensive linemen, those recruitments, they can be a little bit chaotic. Now, good news is we're going to have Michael Fasusi back here on the podcast. It's either going to be this weekend or I'll put it out next week early. And you guys are going to get to hear from him about his recruitment and where Oklahoma sits. And I know a lot of people are wondering there because a lot of predictions are going in favor of Texas. And you've heard me kind of say, hey, I feel good about Oklahoma. Now, although I think Oklahoma's lost a little bit of a lead for the best left tackle in the country, I still think Oklahoma is probably in a very good spot. Now, there was a player out of Duncanville High School that announced he was going to be back in Oklahoma. And I want to reemphasize the word back to Oklahoma. Kevin Ford Jr. is a 5-star defensive lineman out of Duncanville High School. 6'3", 225 pounds. He's got a total of 14 total offers. He's the 30th ranked player in the 247 composite rankings for 2026. Now you might be saying, hey, 2026 is still a little far out. That's true. But if you're Oklahoma, you are getting in this race early, and you've obviously stood out to Kevin Ford Jr., who you recently offered on March 7th. And Kevin Ford was just recently on campus. So Kevin Ford Jr., a total of 14 offers from the likes of Baylor and Houston and Nebraska, Penn State, Texas, A&M, USC, right? The general Texas schools are going after this kid. You've got national schools like Penn State, Nebraska, USC. Kevin Ford Jr. is going to continue to collect more offers as he goes to camps, as the guys at the school evaluate him as a talent. This is big time for Oklahoma. We talked about the need for Bates and Miguel Chavis to really get in these recruitments for 5-star defensive linemen, and they're doing it right in front of our eyes. And if you're an Oklahoma fan, this is exactly what you and I have wanted. So big news there that Kevin Ford Jr. is going to be back on campus. And then also, you had a couple official visits get announced your way. You had Max Granville announcing that he's going to be on campus June 21st and the 13th. And then you also had Tory Blaylock also announce he's going to be on campus June 21st and the 13th. Why this is important? Because it really looks like the June 21st to the 23rd dates are shaping up to be the big official visit date for Oklahoma, the date that they want to roll out the red carpet for all of their top prospects. I mean, you've got Landon Rink on this list. You've got Cooper Perry, Tory Blaylock, Ryan Foje, Max Granville, Kamori Moore. Some of these prospects are committed. Some of them we believe are silently committed. And then, well, some of them you just feel really good about. And then the weekend before that, you're getting 2 5-stars on campus and Michael Fasusi, Tai Haywood, and you're getting a 4-star defensive lineman in Foyd Bucard, who a lot of people feel really good about. My question is, we just had Trent Wilson on campus, the 4-star defensive lineman out of New Jersey. Can Oklahoma get him on campus for one of these 2 dates with some of the other defensive linemen that they're going after? Because we all know when you get these defensive linemen on campus and they see all the guys that Oklahoma are recruiting, it creates a sense of urgency to maybe wind up that commitment if you want to be at Oklahoma. Helps you shape up your class a little bit. And we know summer is a big time for Oklahoma when it comes to getting those commitments and getting your class lined out. Usually they exit the summer going into fall camp with 85, 90% of their class committed under Brent Venables. And they do the rest of it, which is usually the big time recruits, in the fall when they can get them on campus for those home games. So, interesting enough, Oklahoma's got some, dare I say, momentum on the recruiting trail. At least that's what it feels like. Going out of the Future Freaks weekend, you heard of a lot of 2026 guys really liking Oklahoma. You had Jonathan Hatton out there recruiting for you. Seems like the future of Oklahoma football, especially recruiting, is in really good hands. So, guys, I want to hear from y'all, and I want to hear what you guys think, because so far I'm impressed with what Oklahoma's done. Additionally, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like and you hit the subscribe button. Also, Oklahoma is going to be playing TCU later. When you guys watch this video, it might be the game might have already happened, or it could be before the game. Not sure when I'm going to put it out, but Oklahoma's going to be playing TCU. So tune in, watch it there, root on Sooners basketball. Looks like they might be a tournament team. We might do something there. Additionally, Oklahoma softball, they got a big series sweep going into the weekend to play another Big 12 or a Big 12 game. So you want to go root on your Sooner softball girls there. Baseball's rolling. It's a good time to be a Sooner fan. YouTube wants you guys to watch one of these 2 videos, so make sure you guys tune in there.